Hi again, and for those who have watched the previous videos, this is a review of the SOG Powerlock in my review of the 5 multi-tools. For those who haven't seen any of my previous videos, I'm reviewing 5 different multi-tools. I've reviewed the Ganzo and the Victorinox Swiss tool so far. This is a review of the SOG Powerlock. So first of all, this is about £90 to buy in the UK. It's pretty hard to get hold of. It's not sold on Amazon. There is only certain websites you can buy it from. This is the black version of the Powerlock. What we do, open it up and show you. Notice when I open it how smooth those pliers are. That's all down to this gear mechanism, which they call compound leverage. So what it does is it allows it to be open smoother, but also multiplies the amount of force applied in the plier head. So for those tasks, cutting nails or bits of wire, for the same amount of pressure you would put here on any other multi-tool, is doubled here. So let's have a look at the plier head first. Needle nose pliers, wire cut, hard wire cutters. As you can see, I've used it quite a few times. There's marks in the old head. This has the best plier head of all the multi-tools I have been reviewing. It is so strong. If I was to have one tool for cutting nails, wire, anything requiring the cutters, this would be my tool. It can be opened one-handed. I can't show you without. There we go. Let's have. It is fairly weighty. It's not as heavy as the Swiss tool. It is probably too heavy to carry everyday carry, but this thing is military grade built. It is made for the hard tasks. Let's get into some of the tools that are on this thing. So unlike the other tools that I've reviewed so far, this one requires you to open the tool first, and then it has protective covers over the tools. Some people may find this a bit off-putting. To be honest, it doesn't really bother me as much because I know that when I open it, the tools are not going to fall out. Some people remove this cover. I don't. To be honest, it doesn't bother me. If anything, it adds a bit of comfort to your hands when using it, especially when I use this tool is for cutting wire, so all the more comfort to me. So back to the inside. They do clump when they come out. I mean, you may find that a criticism. Some people may find that handy, especially if you're wearing gloves when working. But so pull the tools out. Firstly, we have a file. We have a coarse side, smooth side, smoother side. It is 3 sides, but the disappointing thing is it's not all the way to the end. I'm not sure if you can use that as a screwdriver. It doesn't state that it is a screwdriver, but that is the file. It does lock. And how to open that lock, you would push down there and fold it away. Right, that's the file. So next we have the can opener. Now it has a small flathead screwdriver. I have seen videos of people using this and that snapping off. I haven't used this screwdriver enough to experience, hard use on it or put it in that situation, but thing to bear in mind, it is quite fragile. Sorry, trying to do this whilst filming is a bit of a nightmare. Next we have flathead screwdriver. Could be used as a pry, but I wouldn't want to say so. Did I miss any? No. Yes, I have missed one. It's so difficult when they clump together. Right, this is an awl slash chisel. So a tiny little surface at the end for chiseling. Not quite entirely, well, I'm not sure. I guess this could be used as a punch. I would guess that's a chisel. Who knows? I'll have to look at the box and have a look. Right, the tool I did miss is the Phillips screwdriver. Now this is a 3D Phillips screwdriver. It does have a long shank. So it has some reach on it. It does have a hardened head. I have used this a few times. It does the job. It's a little bit wobbly, but I prefer that style than the 2D Phillips. And we have a saw. It's for a large multi-tool, it's a pretty stubby saw, but fairly aggressive teeth. It is pretty effective, this saw, I would say. When cutting, it did jam up a few times, but again, a multi-tool is a compromise. It's never going to be the best saw in the world, and it's definitely not the worst on some of the multi-tools that I have. So that is the first side. Let's move to the second side. Again, they've all clamped. Let's turn this over. So we have a partly serrated blade. So you've got serrations in the first half, and then a very sharp edge on the second half. This is a chisel grind, so you can see on this side, nothing. This side is sharpened. This is very, very sharp. This is one of the sharpest knives I've ever seen on a multi-tool. I thought having a partly serrated blade, it would bother me. I would want a straight edge and a serrated blade separate, but due to its sharpness and the profile, the fact that it's chisel ground, making it fairly easy to sharpen, in my opinion. I'm quite satisfied with just this one blade on its own. It is very good. It will do the job. Next we have a bottle opener and a flathead screwdriver. Then we have a bit extender. Now I don't have the bit kit for the SOG, but I used to own one, and what would happen is you'd have a bit piece that would clip onto the end, a bit like the Ganzo, and then exchange your bits out. This has a 90-degree lock, so you can lock it in this position at the end or halfway, depending on your angle of screwing. Next we have, we're on the last tool now. Our scissors. So what SOG have done here is completely different. They've put a tension bar there, which extends, opening and closing the scissors. I do worry that this little bar here is not the strongest, will pop out. The scissors are very, very good. They do cut really well. Just something about the bar, it just doesn't feel rock solid for such a tactical style multi-tool. It feels a little bit rushed. As I say though, the scissors do work really well, but if they're still working in 2 years, we'll see. But there we go. I fold that away. So we have ruler measurements on the outside. It is pretty difficult to use this to measure anything, as the multi-tool itself isn't flat. Can't really, I mean, you can get a rough measure in, but it's hard with the coating to see. 2 inches, 3 inches. It's a nice thought, but it's not very well executed. So this tool itself, the pros, it has amazing pliers, and I think you could run this over and it would still survive. The gear system makes it really smooth to open, and unlike the other tools, it does have replaceable parts. You can go on the SOG website, buy like a new bottle opener or a new knife, and you can unscrew it here and put your new parts in. You can actually completely customize it yourself. You can have, I think you have to have 2 layers. You can have a scissors and maybe a knife, and then you can choose your own parts to go inside. I've seen people that have had 3 blades inside this one multi-tool. All depending on thickness, depending on how many you can have on what side. It will work out quite expensive to do it that way. But the tool section in this tool is pretty good. It's not amazing. It does have a little chisel. It has a 3D Phillips screwdriver, which is better than some of the multi-tools. The blade is surprisingly sharp. The saw is effective. The scissors, although not very durable looking, they do cut. So it has everything you need. But if you're someone that wants speed, getting the tools out, maybe not the best tool for you. This is something to carry in case you need to cut wires. It is, in my opinion, it's a cool gadget to have, but it's not the most practical. The days of multi-tools opening up first and then taking the tools out, to be honest, I feel that they've had their day. And with all that hard use, replaceable wire cutters should be on this sort of tool. SOG don't offer a lifetime guarantee like Victorinox, or a 25-year like Leatherman. So they have a limited lifetime warranty. So in my opinion, it is a good tool, but it's not the best out of the 5. Overall, I'd give it about 7.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching.